Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and it is a Sunday and it is pouring down rain outside. And our plans for working on the tractor and cutting wood and everything like that today have just been really altered. So I have beef jerky going in the dehydrator. That's the hum that you hear behind me. So I can't really turn that off right now because of the beef jerky, but I hope you can hear me okay. And so I was looking online. I'm trying to empty out our freezer some. We have 3 refrigerator freezer combos and 1 upright freezer. We have way too much stuff in the freezer. And my fridge freezer combo on the back porch has just fruits and vegetables in it. And I know that come harvest time, it's February now, it's the 1st of February. In a few months, we'll be putting more vegetables and stuff in that freezer. So I am doing my best to get things canned out of all of the freezers, including the fruit and veggie freezer. So what you see here is a whole bunch of cranberries. I picked these up when they were on sale at the holidays, and I have actually 2 bags of them in the dehydrator right now that I am making dehydrated cranberries to go in salads or breads or cookies. So those are there, and then these are what I have left. I have 3 more bags left, a great big, I think this is like a 20, let me see here, 2-pound bag, and then a 12-ounce bag and a 12-ounce bag. So lots of cranberries here, and I am going to make, like I said, regular cranberry sauce with some of them. And then I'm going to experiment with this cranberry blueberry sauce. I picked these last year, and so I went ahead and just pulled some of these out of the freezer. I have wine that I'm going to attempt to make this with. We are not big wine drinkers, and this is just a bottle that we had open. The recipe called for a sweet red wine. This is a Moscato, it's a sugar plum wine, so I'm just going to try this and see how it turns out because it's already opened. The recipe, if you want to look for it on Pinterest, it's called Avery Cooks, Averie. Sorry, my hand went across that and kind of erased it. And this is the recipe. 8 ounces of cranberries, 1.5 cups of blueberries, 1 cup of wine, 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of cloves. Cook 20 to 30 minutes until all of the cranberries have popped and it starts to thicken up. And they chill it and put it into the refrigerator. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try canning it in pint jars or half pint jars. I'm going to do the little small half pint jars. I love cranberry sauce with all kinds of things. So I want to experiment with this. What the heck, it's a rainy day. I'm in the kitchen doing stuff anyway with cranberry, so I may as well go ahead and make this up. And then once this is done, I will show you the recipe for just regular cranberry sauce. And I'd even like to experiment with some cranberry orange. I love doing that homemade from scratch, but I'll just have to see how many cranberries I have left once I get the basic cranberries done. I can always add a little orange later, a little orange zest or something before I serve it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this and show you what it looks like. Okay guys, I have my power pressure cooker over here going with jars in it. So the jars are getting heated up right now because the sauce is going to be hot. So I want my hot sauce going into hot jars so we don't have a severe temperature change. And I have all of my ingredients right here. I actually have a little more than what the recipe is in each of the containers because I had a 12-ounce bag of cranberries, so I just decided I'm going to do the whole bag. So I've upped all my ingredients a little bit. I just kind of eyeballed it. But this is what the actual recipe is. So I have my washed cranberries here, my washed blueberries. Here is my wine, my sugar, my cinnamon, and my cloves. So I'm going to go ahead and get these combined in the pot and show you what they look like. Okay, this recipe is going to be super easy to remember because it's all in threes. There are 32 ounces of cranberries in the pot. there are 3 cups of water, 3 cups of sugar, and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Super, super simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this mixed together and get it on the stove. I have the other pot of the cranberry blueberry sauce boiling already, and it is breaking down. So I'm gonna get this one going so I'll be able to can everything all together. Okay guys, as you can see, this is the blueberry cranberry sauce. Look at all that juice it has released out, and the cranberries are starting to pop. And this is just the regular cranberry sauce. It is just now starting to get up to temperature, and nothing has popped yet on it. It's still warming, so this will still take a while. I'm going to attempt to double stack my my power pressure cooker if it'll fit. That's what I would like to do. It just depends on how many jars I end up making. I may have to run it through 2 cycles, but even if I have to do that, no big deal. I'm going to go ahead and just keep on with this and let it keep cooking down. Okay, I am taking my blender right here, my submersible blender, and just going through and kind of breaking this up. I'm not turning it completely into a sauce. I still want big chunks. I like it kind of chunky. So I'm just kind of going through and mixing it just a little bit. I've already done that with the, you can't see it very well under here, with the blueberries and cranberries, and it's pretty much cooked well enough here. So I'm going to turn this down and let it start cooling down just a little bit. Make sure it's at the desired thickness before I start putting it in jars. Okay, honest opinion. I ended up adding probably 2 cups of water and about half a cup of white grape juice that I had in the fridge to this, along with probably another cup and something of blueberries. The cloves and the cinnamon were almost gritty. It was just too much of it and too small an amount. Maybe they mistyped up what the recipe was. It called for a tablespoon. I'm thinking it should have been a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a teaspoon of cloves, but I was actually following a direction, and normally I don't. Normally I just kind of create my own thing, but I decided to follow the directions. To me, you could actually taste the grittiness of the cloves. So way, way, way too much. So I added actually a ladleful of the cranberry from here into this, and then I added some more frozen blueberries, and I'm letting them cook down, and I added a bit more water, and there was like maybe half a cup of the white grape juice in the refrigerator, and I just dumped that in there. I wasn't going to open another bottle of wine, so there was just that little bit left. So I think that maybe that amount of liquid will end up dissolving some of the grittiness in here, because I don't like it. Maybe other people would be okay with that, but I'm not. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while I go ahead and start getting this jarred up and back into the canner, because this is excellent. This basic recipe is really, really good. And so I'm going to go ahead and start getting this jarred and into the canner while I let this come back up to temperature and those blueberries pop and break down, because you can see there's still some whole chunks of blueberries. So I'm going to leave those in there and let them start breaking down and get this done, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, from just the cranberry sauce, I ended up with 7 pints, or 7 half pints, and 1 pint of cranberry sauce. And this, I think, is going to throw off how I'm going to stack the pressure cooker or pressure canner. So that I'm just going to put in the fridge, and we'll have that later. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in, and the blueberry cranberry is about to come out, and then I'm going to start filling these jars up with those. Okay, because of having to add what I did to try and salvage this recipe, there is way, way, way too much to go into the little small jars that I had. So I went ahead and just put all that, just the regular cranberry into here, and I'm going to run 1 cycle of it. And then when that comes out, I will clean some jars, sanitize them, and bring this back up to heat, and then go ahead and run a canner full of this in pint jars. So Not thrilled with having to do that, but oh well, you know, live and learn. So, like I said, I would really reduce the amount of cinnamon and cloves in this recipe next time. I'm really tempted to even add some more liquid, and since I have the time, and go ahead and see if I can dissolve it out just a little bit more and just kind of put my own uh, my own twist on this recipe, because the base of it is good. It's just almost, to me, it tastes gritty. I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion. Other people may taste it and think it's the most awesome thing in the world, but for me, I don't love it. So I think I'm going to fiddle with this and get it to where I want it. I think I'm going to add probably another cup of water, and I think I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice and some more sugar, and just kind of let it dissolve out and see how that turns out. Okay guys, this is what I ended up with. Sorry I already put it in here. It's still pretty hot, but these four are the cranberry blueberry. Everything else is just the regular cranberry sauce. So tomorrow when they cool down, I'll check them and get them labeled and in the pantry.